Hey again, everybody, I'm back. So, we're moving on to the next thing for the day. We're going to make banana bread. You know, bananas are one of those things in my house. I will buy them, and sometimes they get gone within 2-3 days. And then sometimes they sit there and they do not get eaten at all. This last week, was one of those weeks where my daughter didn't take them. She normally will eat one on her way to school, before school, for her breakfast. So she didn't eat them this week. So I had bananas left over. Guys, they weren't quite ripe yet, though. When you make banana bread, your bananas need to be very, very brown. And the reason for that is the browner they are, the sweeter they become and the more tender they become. In this recipe, you have to smash up 3 brown bananas. I didn't have brown bananas. They were somewhat brown, but not as much as I needed them. So, guys, I know this little tip. Cut your oven on 350 and put those bananas on a baking sheet. Put them in for about 5 minutes and check them. It might take longer than 5 minutes. I think these took like 6-7 minutes to brown up. But you've got to get them that brown color that you want. But you can roast them in your oven, and they will turn out perfect, y'all. I actually did that just a minute ago, and I'm fixing to start mashing these bananas up, and I'm going to show you what they look like when they came out of the oven. Okay, as you can see, here's my bananas. They're on a cookie sheet. I pulled them out of the oven just a few minutes ago, and they're really, really brown. So they are going to be really nice and sweet for the banana bread. So all you're going to do is get you a knife and just run it down the skin and peel that skin off. And I'm going to put it over here on this plate. We'll do that with all 3 of them. Oh, they're so nice and juicy, y'all. And they smell really good. I'm not a huge banana fan, but now I do like banana bread, but I will not just sit and eat a banana. Isn't that crazy? And I don't make banana bread a lot. My daughter loves it. It's one of her favorite things. So anytime I have leftover bananas, I'm going to make this banana bread. Y'all, this is a very simple recipe. Not much to it. So you just take your fork and you just start squishing those bananas up. See that? You start smashing them. They're so soft that it's not going to be really hard to mash these at all. You just take your fork and just start mashing. Y'all, this recipe is so simple. It calls for 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, a cup of sugar, just white granulated sugar. You need 1 egg that's already been beaten. You need a teaspoon of baking soda, not baking powder, baking soda, pinch of salt, and a teaspoon of vanilla, and that's it. That's all you need for this. Oh, and a 1/3 cup of melted butter. Your butter is melted this time. It's not room temperature. You want it melted this time. Also, you're going to need a loaf pan. I've never made this without a loaf pan, so I don't know if you could make it without a loaf pan or not, but I don't know what you put it in. Maybe a cake pan or whatever. But we're going to put all this together. So you're going to take your bananas that you just smushed up. And I mean, look at the consistency. I mean, that's really nice. Nice. That's great. It's exactly where it needs to be. I'm going to take my egg that I has whisked already. And you know, banana bread was one of those things that I didn't learn to appreciate till I got older. You know, there's a lot of dishes that I didn't really like until I got older. My taste have changed. All right, guys, here's my 1/3 cup of melted butter, and I did use real butter. I try to use real butter anytime I'm baking. But I'm so glad that I finally developed a taste for these things, because they sure are good. All right, here is my 1 cup of sugar. Boy, that seems like 1 cup of sugar to me. Okay, we're going to get this stirred up. Y'all, the key to this too, I'm not using a mixer because you don't really want to overmix. If you overmix, it's going to be, it's just going to be tough. You don't want it tough. So I'm going to go ahead and mix all this in real quick. Get that sugar incorporated in there. And then, of course, there's my baking soda and my little pinch of salt. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. All right. And here's my little teaspoon of vanilla, y'all. Lord, I nearly tripped over the cat. She don't know what Mama's doing in here. She thinks I'm crazy. All right, so got that mixed in real good. So we're going to start putting our flour in there, y'all. I'm just going to put a little bit at a time. Let it go. Like I said, you just want to get it incorporated. You don't want to mix it too much, or it's going to be too tough. Banana bread's one of those things, it takes forever to cook. It takes about an hour to cook. And even then, y'all, sometimes, in the very rare occasion, I have had a banana bread, pull it out, it's golden brown on the top, it looks beautiful, you cut into it, and it is still raw in the middle. So, I have learned, after about 50 minutes, I will check it with a toothpick, which, it's kind of a wet batter, so it's kind of hard to tell if it's done in the middle or not. But I will check it, and then once I've checked it, I will usually put a piece of foil over the top of my pan to keep it from getting any browner on the top, but yet still cooking in the middle. And I'll do that for an extra couple of minutes, just to make sure. So, all right, we've got this all mixed up real good, y'all. And the consistency, it's a fairly thick batter. All right, here's my pan, my loaf pan. Here we go. We're going to dump this off in here. Tell me that wasn't easy. Now, if you want to put pecans in here, you can. I've put chocolate chips in them before. I've actually put cream cheese in it before, too. But my daughter, Bella, her favorite way is just plain, regular banana bread with no frills. And so that suits me just fine to do it that way. So here we go, guys. I'm going to put this beautiful banana bread into the preheated 350-degree oven. And once that goes in, I'm going to set the timer on my microwave for, I'm going to go 45 minutes to start. And I'll check it later. And once this comes out, we will, once it comes out, we'll take a look at it, and I'll show you how it looks once it's come out of the oven. Now, see, that was a quick video, right? See you guys in a little bit. All right, so it's been 45 minutes, and I just pulled this out. And to look at the color on it, you would think that it was done, wouldn't you? Well, I'm going to stick my toothpick in there. And it's still pretty wet. I don't know if you can see. You can kind of touch it too. I'm going to put a little aluminum foil. Like I said earlier, we're going to put a little aluminum foil over the top. And I'm going to pop it back in the oven for at least another 5 minutes. And then we're going to check it again. And guys, here is our finished banana bread. Look how golden brown it is and perfect. Now let me just say, most of the time when I cook banana bread, it is going to split on the top right there. I don't know if there's anything you can do to avoid that from happening. Yeah, it is what it is. It don't bother me. It gets eaten. And as you can tell, some little someone, not myself, has already been into the warm bread as it came out of the oven. That would be my son Dustin. So here it is. It actually ended up taking about 55 minutes. At the 45-minute mark, I put the foil over the top and put it in there for another 5-6 minutes, and then put my toothpick in it, and it seemed to be done. So quick, easy, delicious. My house smells now like bananas. Absolutely fabulous. Guys, I've enjoyed cooking with you today. I've enjoyed showing you a couple things, and I'm not done yet. I still got to make dinner. Haven't even made dinner yet. Tonight I think it's going to be rotisserie chicken and probably some fried squash. Maybe some cornbread. We'll see. But anyway, I probably will be videoing something that I'm doing today, whether it be my fried okra, fried squash. I hadn't decided yet, but I guess I best be deciding here real quick. But anyway, you guys have a great afternoon, a blessed day. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. I enjoy doing them for everybody, and I will be talking to you real soon.